To begin, log into Canvas, locate your class, go to the Files section, go to the folder Software Labs MS Access, go to the folder MS Access Lab11, then download the Accounts Excel workbook. You will need this for your lab. Then download the instructions for the lab. When finished, log out of Canvas and close your browser. Unlike the previous labs, labs 10, 11 and 12 are all part of a whole. So to begin, we will open up Access. Then we will open up Lab 10. And the first thing we will do, we will save Lab 10 with a different name. So we're going to click on the file, Save As, Save Database As. We have to close the table back up. We're going to go to the folder where we wish to save it. And we're going to name it first initial, last name, underscore lab11, underscore database, underscore part 2. And we see now that we have a different name here. We will now import the Excel workbook into the Access database. We're going to click on the External Data tab, click on New Data Source from File, Excel. We make sure we browse to the folder where we downloaded the Accounts Workbook 2. We make sure the first radio button is selected. We wish to import this into a new table, not into the Account Manager table. We'll click on OK. On the next screen, we're going to check this button here that admits that the first row are the column headings and it's not data, and we click Next. Here we could not change the data, but there's no reason for us to do this, so we click Next. And very important, on the very next screen, we will not allow access to add a primary key. Rather, we will check the second radio button, choose my own primary key and make the account number the primary key and say Next. Then we will name the table Account, and we're going to click on Finish. And we do not have to save these import steps because we will not do this again. When finished, we're going to click on the account table and we see the data here, and again we have some overlap. So we will click here in the gray area. When the arrow points left and right, we will double click to get rid of the overlap. We will now adjust the field sizes of this table by right-clicking the account table and going to Design View, then going from field to field and changing the field sizes. Account number is a short text data type with a field size of 5. Account name has a field size of 30. Data type is short text. Street has a field name of 20. Data type short text. City, a field size of 20. Data type short text. State, a field size of 2. Data type short text. Postal code, a field size of 5. Data type short text. Account manager number has a field size of 2 and has a caption of capital A, capital C, space and the pound sign. Then we will double click the account table and save these changes, and we will say yes. And there we are. As mentioned before, Access consists out of tables, but it also consists of objects such as queries, forms, and reports. And for the remainder of this lab, we will create a query, a form, and a report. To begin, we will have to always select the object from which we wish to create a query, a report, or a form. So we're going to select the account table here. Then we're going to click on the Create button here. There are two tools with which we can create queries: the Query Wizard and the Query Design. In this lab, we will use the Query Wizard. We're going to click on Query Wizard, and we will accept a simple query. Click on OK. And now we have to select the fields. The easiest way to select fields is by double-clicking them. This here would give us all fields. We could also use this to move them over one at a time. But like I said, double-clicking is the fastest way to do it. So we will select account number, account name, amount paid, current due, and account manager number. Then we say next. We wish to see the detail. We say next. The name of the query will be account query. We will accept this. And we will say finished, and here is now our account query. We see, okay, only 5 fields are now shown, and we see here in the object pane there is now a query object. Next, we will click on the account table again, click on the Create tab and select Form. And we will double click in the gray area and change the name to account form. We are now in the account layout view, in the form layout view. We will save the form by clicking on this floppy icon here, and we will name it account form. The final step is to create a report. So again, we're going to select the account table, then click on Create, then click on Report. Double click the gray area here and change the name to Account Financial Report. Then click anywhere outside. Now you see that the Report Layout Tools tab has subtabs, 4 of them. So we're going to click on the Street column heading. Then we're going to press Control, click on City, click on State, and we're going to click on Postal Code here. We're going to select those 4 fields. Then we're going to click on the Arrange subtab and click on Select Columns so that we have the column headings plus the data, and then press the Delete key on the keyboard to remove these fields. At this point, you see now, this is our page break, so we're going to have to shrink this field a little bit. There we are. Then we wish to make a total for the amount paid. So we're going to click on the first data in that column, click on the Design tab, click on the Totals button here and select Sum. At this point our report is finished. There it is. And we will now save it. So we click on the Save button and we will name it Account Financial Report. The last step is to save this database. Then we're going to say File, Save As, Save Database As, and click on this Save As floppy icon, and we have to close all objects, so we say yes. Then we're going to drill to the folder where we originally created this database and select this file. Click on Save and overwrite the original file with a new file so that we have all our objects, our two tables, our query, our form, and our report. And very important, we have to close Access before we submit this to Canvas so that we do not submit a locked Access database file which I cannot grade. So make sure to close Access completely before you submit your lab to Canvas.